Okay, I've heard that you never give a story a title until it's finished. That you don't do that. That the title comes to you. You're searching for the title, even as you're writing it.
I've no talent for titles at all. I really don't. I don't know what to call something. I think what you call something is actually a different talent to writing movement. When you're writing a story, you're writing movement over time.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then naming it. Sometimes I've been teaching creative writing for 30 years, and sometimes there'll be somebody in the group who'll know exactly what to call it.
Yeah.
And they have that talent. They can name it.
That's a separate talent
I think it is.
than actually writing it.
I think so.
So when did small things like these occur to you? You know, you make a reference to it here on page 11. Some nights Furlong lay there with Eileen going over small things like these.
I think it was the best thing that I could pick out of the book, and my editors couldn't come up with anything better.
Well, we love the title, right?
Great.
I think it's a precious title. And what does the title mean to you?
It means everything to me. I think we all, you live your life and over time, and how you use the minutes and the hours and the days that build into years becomes your character.
Mm-hmm.
And that becomes who you are, and becomes who you treat people, and how you relate to people, and how people relate to you. And it's also about the things you could have done, which you haven't,
Yeah.
or the horrible things you could have said, which you didn't.
Yes.
Whatever it is, turns into a life.
Turns into a life. Small things like these turns into life. I love that so much because it reminds me of one of many great lessons I learned from my mentor and teacher, Maya Angelou, who said to me that your legacy isn't one thing, but your legacy is every life you touch. It's everyone you encounter during the day. It's how you treat every single human being you encounter. You're leaving and building your legacy every day from the small things and the extraordinary things. So you said that Bill Furlong wasn't inspired by anybody you know. So often we read about main characters who are good people, who make a wrong decision or do something bad, you know, what we're talking about, and then have to recover from it. This story is so different. How did you develop him?
I just follow somebody physically through time. You see, I believe your feet never lie. I'm really interested in horses. And one of the things that horses and starting horses taught me is that your feet never lie. You can go up into your head in that place above your eyebrows, and you can say something that absolutely isn't true is true because you've come to believe it. But your feet never lie. So one of the things I do when I'm writing is I just follow somebody's feet through time, because that'll lead to the truth of what they want.
What the hell? What'd you just say? Did you all follow that? Okay. You follow someone's feet through time because that will lead them to what they want.
Your feet are always after your object of desire.
Uh-huh.
It's always true. Even if you're a con artist, your feet are going after whoever it is or whatever it is you want to con.
Uh-huh.
So it's just I don't try and analyze what somebody is thinking, but your feet are just hooked onto your emotions. And your emotions also are always accurate.
Well, I had never thought this before. I love the idea of having a thought I never thought before. I never thought this before. I also, you've said that elegance to me is writing just enough. And about Bill's character, you said a longer novel would not have suited his personality. I'm so curious how you came to know that.
Because he's a man of few words, and he isn't a gossip, and he doesn't say very much. I actually think he wouldn't make a long night shorter.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So he's not somebody who goes on, and he needs to keep busy, and I think he likes the repetition of work. And I also think he's kind of afraid of falling apart if he stops.
Yes, but isn't he also in that period that so many men have in their lives, and women, of course, but I never thought of men thinking about these things. Women actually talk about these things like, what is it all for? What is it? What am I even doing? What is it all for?
Yes, I think he's that thoughtful type of a person who's asking what he's doing with his time. I think also it's part of his upset. Is he doing what he should have done with his life, with his time,
Yes.
as a father, as a husband, as a man? Also, I think in that time leading up to Christmas, we all wear some type of a shield. And I think especially if you have children, that at Christmas time that shield grows a bit thinner.
Why?
Because you're supposed to be a Christian. You're supposed to be thinking about how you're getting on. You're supposed to pause.
And look at your life.
I think so.